Hello everybody, this is Henry. It is 4 a.m. September 1st, 2009. We're going to be getting the UK manufacturing PMI in about 30 minutes. It is expected at 51.5 and the previous release number was at 50.8. So what we'll be looking for is at least a 53.5 to be buying the pound dollar, or a 49 to be selling the pound dollar. Now the PMI basically is a survey done with the purchasing managers in the manufacturing sector, and they were asked various questions such as inventory level, pricing, employment, and things like that. Basically, this is sort of like a leading indicator, and if the number is above 50, there is an indication of better outlook in the manufacturing sector, and if the number is below 50, it means it's actually a contraction in the manufacturing sector. A lot of investors look at this number with a lot of interest, because it sort of gives you a heads up of the numbers that are coming out rest of the week, and for that matter rest of the month. So investors pay particular attention to this number. Now, since this is going to be above 50 release, and I think as long as we get something above the 50, since we're expecting 51.5, if the number does not get worse than, let's say, 50.5, I think it's still okay for the sterling. So whatever trend that we're seeing on the sterling, which has been very pro sterling before the actual news release, then the sterling will probably remain with that same sentiment. But if we do get less than 50 of a release number, then we might be having some issue here. So with that in mind, what we'll need to do is we'll need to wait for the number to be released, and then we'll look at market reaction. If we do get a tradable deviation, meaning a 53.5 or 49, then we'll jump into the market and see if we can pick up some pips there. Okay, so I'll be buying about 27 minutes and we'll look at this together. Alright, in just a couple of minutes now we're gonna get the PMI number. So we're going to start the mic now, just in case if we get it a little bit earlier. Normally we don't get it earlier, we get it exactly on the dot. But
49.7 for UK manufacturing. Falling below the 50
alright.
handle again. 49.7 below the consensus 51.5 UK.
Okay.
PMI manufacturing undershooting expectations and moving below the 50 level in August.
Okay, we're gonna definitely be looking for a sell.
Back month revised to 50.2. That's down from the flash reading of 50.8.
Okay, stand by, stand by. We're definitely gonna be looking for a sell. We saw the pound yen drop to 151.72, 73 right now. Be looking for a pound yen to trade this. You know what? We could also be looking at pound dollar. Let me just look at a couple levels, so stand by. The spread is still kind of awful. Okay. Stand by for now. We're going to be looking for some kind of retracement, at least before we jump in. We saw
Just under 30 seconds now until this range of UK economic data. We'll start off with mortgage approvals for July. They're expected to increase to 50.1 thousand. Conversely, net consumer credit and net lending expected both at the unchanged mark.
Yeah, we're looking for at least an 80 or 90, 151.80 or 151.90 between that area for sell.
For mortgage approvals in line with expectations. Net consumer credit down at £200 million, worse than expected. Net lending secured on dwelling down to £400 million, also below expectations. M4 money supply figures coming in stronger in the month on month at 1.5% above the prior reading of 1%, and the year on year coming in at 14.5%, also above the prior reading.
Okay, let's go ahead and
in line with expectations. Sixth straight increase for mortgage approvals.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for a retracement, 151.80 area if we can get it, 151.70 at least for a sell. I think the market has already taken off. I didn't really want to jump in with paying so much spread on it, so you know, if we miss a trade, we miss a trade. It doesn't matter. It's really taking off, and now it's definitely not a time to get in. So stand by. We'll wait for retracement. If a retracement takes place, then we'll jump in. And the more it moves, it's actually better, because we'll have a range being established, and with the range being established, we know that we can retest that range. So when we get a decent retracement, now you know, then we can expect the market to retest that. So it's actually not that bad. So the first retracement now, I think somewhere around the 60s, 151.65. You know what? Maybe around the 75 area. If it goes back to 151.75, which is about another 30 pips from where we are right now, then I'll be looking for a sell in that area for the pound yen. So stand by. Let's hope that we'll get this thing retraced all the way back there, because we're already testing the low, the range for the day, and that seems to be showing a little bit of support. So with 75, we're about close to maybe 70 pips from pre-release. You know, I wish that the market would retrace back to like 152, then that would make a lot of sense. But you know what, let's wait to see if we see 151.75 area, and then we'll take a trade. So stand by. Okay, we're still looking at the market for further retracement, and right now we're seeing like the 60 getting taken out on the pound yen. So that's showing a little bit of retracement. So we're looking for that 70. So hopefully we'll get that 70, and we'll take a sell trade on this one. Okay. We're seeing the 59 bid, 60 bid, around 60 bid area. We're talking about the pound yen here. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. I'm gonna jump in at 151. Right now I'm waiting for best entry. I'm gonna jump in at 151.55. Okay. Actually, my recording, I got in at 51. That's the fixed spread for you. Alright. So what I'm gonna use is going to be a scale in entry. If we get to the 75.80 area, I'm gonna enter again, and if this goes above 152, I'm out. Okay, so we're looking at about 50 pips of entry level. We're gonna break in an entry now, an entry at 151.80. And if it breaks to upwards 152, then I definitely want to be out. I don't want to stay in this trade. So just keep that in mind. We're seeing 151.61 right now. 62 bid. So we're still seeing some retracement. It's only been 6 minutes after the release, so the market is still reacting to this number. Let's take a look at the number. It actually came out a little bit earlier believe it or not. We got 49.7 versus the 51.5, and the prior was also revised down lower to 50.2. So if you add the differences, we got a 0.6 from last month revision, and from this month we are missing 1.8. So we got actually about 2.4 of worse than expected numbers if you would add all the differences together. So with that in mind, this is really a bad number, and remember that UK's got 1 month of a better than expected manufacturing PMI, and out of the last 12 months or so, and just with 1 month, you know, we're turning back to negative, and that shows you the economy in UK is really not that stable. Yet it's not all, you know, sunshine and roses. It's actually you know, still uncertain. So this basically tells you that, confirms that, even though it's not real data, well, I wouldn't say not real data, but it's a survey. It has a very high accuracy, very high correlation with the economy. It's a leading indicator, but nevertheless, you know, it's a survey. So market's been reacting to it, and I think that there's a lot of more room for this to go down. At least I think we will retest the low, which is 151.23. So if we got in at 55, that's a good 32 pips, 33 pips of profit on this one trade. So keep that in mind. Let's see if we can get out of this trade with some profit. As I say, if this thing goes above 152, we're out. So keep that in mind. And if you want to scale in your entries, you know, or if you want to wait for that 151.75 entry, it's up to you. Okay. Alright guys, we're looking at about 20 pips of profit. I'm going to go ahead and take my profits here for the purpose of this recording. As a matter of fact, in the room I did call for holding on to this trade a little longer, but I'm going to go ahead and close it right now. We got 14, not a bad trade. Market just going up and down. If I just go ahead and take the trade without really explaining, that I would have gotten 20, but that's okay, because even with all kinds of disadvantages, you know, with the recording and the time and everything, we still managed to make pretty good profit at the end of the month. So that goes to show you, if you have good timing, then you don't have to be petty with your trade. So we got out on this trade. We lost like 3 pips on the previous trade. We made about 14 on this one. Still positive 11 pips. Not bad. We still got 2 more news to trade today. So, you know, if we can keep this up, we could be ending the day with 50 plus pips. So just keep that in mind. Okay everybody, we're seeing the market breaking the 151. I'm going to go ahead and issue a close on this trade for the trade room. We're going to go ahead and book the profit right here. It's just to show you that news trading still works, and we're still able to pick up 50 pips off on this trade. Not a bad day. Alright, that's the end. Thank you.